Hey folks, Shadeslay here, back in the Horizons Arcology, where we're continuing to take a look at the witchery mod for the Minecraft Feed the Beast Horizons mod pack. Now, thank you very much to everyone who's been watching the series so far and has left a comment to say that they're enjoying it. Really appreciate that, folks. And by popular demand, we're going to have a special episode next week where we do a little bit of a tour of the facility as well. Those bits of it that are finished anyway. Now, there's a lot to get done in today's episode. We're going to craft ourselves a witch's hat and robe, and we're also going to be taking a look at some more potions as well. And we're starting out up here on the roof of the Arcology because we need to get ourselves some more ingredients. So, you'll see here, we've got our kind of witch's garden, and over on the left-hand side here, we've got ourselves a little bit of a farm, and you'll see we've got some new plants here. So, on the right, we've got our mandrakes, then we've got water artichokes, belladonna, and we've also got some snowbell plants as well. And you can get all of the seeds for these by bashing down long grass. So I've got some seeds in the chest here. I'm just going to take these out. Right. Now, we'll have a look at the water artichoke first. And these need to be planted on still water, so basically a water source block. So I'll just pop some down this strip of water here. There we go. Now it's going to take a little while for these to grow, but I've already got some, thankfully. So I've got these ones here, and what I'll do is I'll bash these down. And what these will do is these will drop us some more water artichoke seeds, but also some water artichoke globes as well. And those are those blue things that you can see in the inventory. I'll just pop some more seeds down. There we go, that's the water artichoke globe, and that's an important ingredient that we'll need for our potion making. Right, I'm going to hack down these belladonna plants as well, and again we're getting some seeds and some belladonna flowers. And I'll just replant these seeds. Here we go, just along here. So we'll get some more of those soon as well. So we've got belladonna flowers, we've got water artichoke globes. This is a snowbell plant. And you can see that one's dropped a snowball and some more snowbell seeds. We'll just plant some of these. And I think what we're going to do is there's something else you can get from the snowbell plant as well. So I'm just going to use some bone meal on these. Let's take half of this. And I'm just going to bone meal these snowbell seeds. And then we can see what else we can get from them too. There we go. Oh, that needs another one. Super. Right. So, I don't want a bow. Right, I'll knock these down. There we go. Oh, and you'll see we just got another drop there as well. Don't know if you saw it. Let's have a quick look. So that is an icy needle, and that's something we're going to need in one of today's potions as well. So you get that from snowbell plants. Now, we're also going to need glistering melon and dense web as well. So we'll have a look at a second in how to get those. Just going to get rid of these seeds. Right, put the flowers and the globes in our inventory. Now I've got a melon here. We'll just hack away at this and get some melon slices. And then we also need some dense webs as well. And I've got some cobwebs over on these trees. But you can't just get cobwebs by hitting them. And usually if you attack them with a normal sword, for example, they'll be destroyed. So what you need to do is, I would suggest use the Arthana, which is the golden dagger that we made a few episodes ago. Or you can use a sword, or any tool really, that's got the Silk Touch enchantment on it. So we've got an iron sword here with Silk Touch, and that means that we can collect up the spider's webs. Right, let's go over to our crafting bench then, and we'll grab some bits and pieces that we've got. So to make a glistering melon, you take a melon slice, and you surround it by gold nuggets. And that's going to give us one glistering melon. It's quite expensive, but very useful. And then to make dense web, you put cobweb in the middle and surround it top, bottom, left and right with string. And that's going to give us dense web that we need for another potion. Right, we've got everything we need, so let's head back downstairs. Here we are. We'll take a look at what's down that corridor in next week's tour. But for now, we're back inside on the green level, the witchery level. Everything's cooking nicely. We've got our fire there. We've got our altar. All seems to be in order. Let's head back into the crafting room. Right, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at making ourselves a witch's robe and a witch's hat. So we'll just get some leather, some plain leather, just ordinary leather that you get from cows. We're going to need some whiff of magic, and we're also going to need some diamond vapour as well. And we created the diamond vapour using the distillery 2 episodes ago. So we need to turn this leather into impregnated leather, and to do that we take ordinary leather and we put that into the crafting grid in the top, bottom, left and right slots. Then we put the diamond vapour in the middle, and then we put whiff of magic in the 4 corners. And 4 leather will give us 4 impregnated leather, so we're going to make 12, and that should be more than enough to make our witch's robe and our witch's hat. Okay, so we've got the impregnated leather. We're going to need some other ingredients as well. So we're going to need 1 glowstone dust to make the hat, and I should have some in our ingredients chest over here. And we're also going to need something called a creeper heart that you get from killing creepers. But we'll make the hat first. So in the crafting table, we need to put impregnated leather in the top, the middle, and then the bottom left and bottom right, and the glowstone dust bottom middle, and there is our witch's hat. And a witch's hat is going to give us a 35% chance of getting an extra potion when we distill from the kettle. So here's our creeper heart, and you get that from killing creepers, but you can speed it up again if you use the Arthana. There's a much higher drop chance if you use your golden dagger. I think it took me 4 kills with the dagger to get the creeper heart, so not too bad. So the creeper heart goes in the middle, the impregnated leather in a U shape around it, and that gives us our witch's robe. Now both of these start out brown, but you can change the colour of them using dye. So Shades is an elf, so I think we're going to go for a green hat, because it seems appropriate. So if you just pop your hat into the crafting grid with the dye, and there we go, we've got a nice green witch's hat. Right, I suppose I ought to stick these on. So let's stick on the witch's robe and the witch's hat, and let's see what that looks like. Oh yes, very fetching. Let's take a look. Now both of these add a 35% chance to get an extra brew when you decant from the kettle. So they combine to give you a 70% chance of getting an extra potion each time, which is good news for us, because we've got some more potions to take a look at. Right, I don't know what I've done with my bucket from last week, so we'll just make a new bucket quickly. I need to fill that with water so we can fill our kettle. So we'll grab a bucket. Now, the potions that we're going to be taking a look at today are the Potion of Webs. We're also going to be taking a look at the Potion of Frost and the Potion of Erosion as well. I think they're called Brew, actually, in this. It's Brew of Frost, Brew of Webs, and Brew of Erosion. So for the first one, let's have a look. We're going to need some glass bottles. We'll get rid of all these other bits and pieces. And then I think, make some space on our hotbar, we will do the brew of... Should we do webs first? That makes sense. So let's find out what we need for that. We're going to need one of the dense webs that we created upstairs. We're going to need a red mushroom. We're going to need something called... what else do we need? Yellow flower. Whiff of magic. And a belladonna flower that we collected from upstairs. And we're also going to need this called Wool of Bat. And you get that much the same as you get the creeper hearts from killing creepers. You get the Wool of Bat from killing bats. And again, it will speed it up if you use your Arthana. But I have seen that you can trade with villagers to get the Wool of Bat as well, if you're having trouble finding them. So, we've got our water in. Let's chuck in these ingredients using our throw button. In goes the Whiff of Magic, the Belladonna, Wool of Bat, all of those into the cauldron, into the kettle, and you can see it bubbling away nicely. So if we right click with our glass bottles, hey, there you go, and we've got 5 that time, and that's because we're wearing our witch's robes and our witch's hat. So we got 3 last week, and we've got 5 this time. Brilliant, so we'll just pop those in our inventory. We're going to need to fill up our bucket again in a moment. But let's have a look at what ingredients we need for the next one. So, we're going to have a glistering melon, a snowball, We're also going to need a red mushroom. We're going to need the water artichoke globe. We're going to need oil, no, hang on, no, odour of purity, that's the one, and the icy needle as well. So these are the ingredients for the brew of frost, and we'll just put these other bits back in the chest. So glistering melon, snowball, red mushroom, water artichoke globe, the odour of purity, and the icy needle. Right, let's go and fill our bucket with water. And then we'll see if we can get this one brewing up nicely as well. I'm going to make another bucket, I think, so then we can fill 2. Save us having to keep running back and forwards. There we go. Right, let's fill up both of these. Lovely. And let's go and make ourselves a brew of frost. So in goes the water, and then the glistering melon, snowball, red mushroom, water artichoke globe, nice blue colour potion, odour of purity, and the icy needle. And yeah, there we go, we can see it bubbling away. A nice light blue colour potion. And if we right click, there you go, we filled 5 bottles again from that kettle. So you can see it's well worth getting the witch's robes. Even if it is a little bit expensive, you need all that diamond vapour to make the impregnated leather. So we'll just fill it one last time. And then this time we're going to be making the brew of erosion. So for that we're going to need some magma cream, one of those. We're going to need 2 oil of vitriol that we created in the distillery. We're going to need some quicklime. We're going to need 1 belladonna flower. And we're going to need 1 yellow flower as well. So there's our 6 ingredients. And again, we'll chuck those into the kettle and see what we get. Right, it's full of water, so let's begin to pop these in. There we go. Belladonna and yellow flower. And that has given us a nice bubbling away again. And, oh, we got 6 that time. So we got 2 complete brews for each one that we filled. So that's good news. Right, let's go and take a look then and see what these do. Put our other bits away. So let's head outside and see what we can do with these new brews. Here we are, back in the Nevada Desert Testing Zone, as I'm going to call it now, where we try out all of our potions, all of our brews, see what they do. Now, I need to stick them on my hotbar. Got rid of some of the mess that I created here last week. Right, and I think we'll start with the brew of webs. So, nice and simple one, this one. Wherever you throw it, it's basically going to create a tangle of webs. So you can see there, and we'll just get ourselves stuck in those. That's quite useful because it means if someone's chasing you, for example, if you've got a creeper coming after you perhaps, then you can throw this at them to hold them up. So it'd be quite good as well, perhaps on a multiplayer server, if someone's coming after you, you can just chuck this at them, and it'll give you a bit of time to escape. Oops, I think I've just shot that villager into quicksand, so we'll say goodbye to him. It's a bit of a shame. I was hoping he might run off when I shot him, actually, so I could throw the webs at him. Let's try it with this guy. Is he going to run away? No, it doesn't look like it. There we go, just chuck it at him anyway. So you can see he's covered now in webs, so it's very, very useful as a kind of defensive potion. So let's have a look now at the Brew of Frost, and this allows you, it's got a few different functions. If we throw it at the ground, it's going to create a 3x3 wall of ice. So you can see here, nice wall of ice. That can be pretty handy. Not quite sure why you'd want to use it. Again, I guess if someone's coming after you, you could use it to build a quick barrier. You'll see. Now, if you throw it at something, so for example, a cow, or a person, a villager, a zombie, it will encase them in a block of ice. And you can see this villager now trapped there in that block of ice that we've created. Now, like all ice in Minecraft, it works exactly the same way. So, generally, when you break it, it's going to turn into water. So if we just... Oh, those two didn't. But for the most part... Oh, of course, it didn't with the sword because we've got Silk Touch on it. But these ones that we're breaking with our fists, you can see our villager trying not to drown now. But that could be quite a nice little technique as well. Encase someone in a block of ice, break one or two of them, and then let them drown. Right, there's a cow over here. Let's go and use it on this cow as well. There we go. So it even works on cows. And you can see old Bessie there, now encased in a block of ice. And we'll just give her some water to drink. There we go. I better not break too many because this is bordering on cruel. Alright, a few more. Okay, so that was the Brew of Ice. Now we've got one more potion to take a look at, which is a Brew of Erosion. Let's throw this at this block of ice. There we go. Oh, feel a little bit sorry for Bessie now. So what the Brew of Erosion does is it's basically like a small grenade. It doesn't have a massive area of effect. It doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as a creeper explosion or a block of TNT. But it is used for, you can throw it at people, it will do a little bit of damage. It does more damage if they're wearing armour, or at least it damages their armour more. And you can also use it for digging holes as well. So it could be useful if you're mining and just need to get somewhere quickly, although it does destroy all of the blocks. And there you go, we've created ourselves a nice big hole. Now something else you can do with the Brew of Webs that I didn't mention earlier is you can use it to create a bit of a landing pad. So if we throw some down here, we can then use it to break our fall when we jump into the hole. And there we are. I'm not quite sure I thought that through. I seem to be sinking. Anyone? Help? Sinking? Okay. Yeah. Ooh! Okay, managed to get out of that. Thank goodness. Okay, so those are the three potions that we've created today then. The Brew of Frost, the Brew of Webs, and the Brew of Erosion. Next time, as I promised, we're going to do a little bit of a tour of the facility. So look forward to that. That should be out next weekend. Thanks very much for watching this time around though, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll be back after the tour. We'll continue to look at some of the new things in Witchery. I think Circle Magic coming up very soon. I've been Shadeslay though. Bye for now.